Hello and welcome to the greatest comic book show ever. It is Wednesday. We are here, new comic book day. Your Swolders hanging out. We got some exciting stuff going on tonight. Look at this team.
That's right.
Look at these beards.
We're back, baby.
We back, baby. 2020.
I am a little concerned that you played the intro so early because I'm afraid of what's to come. But
Early, it's 10:07.
No, but I mean like in the show.
Smoothly. He's saying it was smooth.
Oh, because there's a limit of one per show. We can't play it again, can we?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Darn it.
Hey, guys, rules in the chat. Thanks for coming, buddy.
White whales first. 9:34 p.m. Excellent.
Hey, I was ready to go.
DJ, stop pandering to John's lateness.
At this point, we come on late for TJ, don't we? Like just as tribute to him.
Right.
Well, when we have to script it in the 2 minutes before we go live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, because see, here's the thing.
We're fashionably late.
We had a bit of a debate before it started because I wanted to talk about something. The other guys were like, no, it's not a good idea because of legal ramifications. But
yeah,
I talked them into. So basically, the situation is this. Jonathan Hickman, who is a writer you may have heard of, announced a new title for Images coming out later this year called Decorum. That's not it. But we can't show it to you, but we did get an advanced copy. And we are under strict legal bindings to not really spoil anything. But I convinced them to say, screw it, and we can at least talk about some stuff.
And this is the first real perk that I feel I've had, at least, from being on this show. You know, like getting something this big, this early, just massive.
I would say the first perk is getting to spend an hour with you fine gentlemen each week, but that's fine, Adam.
Agreed.
I thought that's implied. Come on.
Well, I also thought, like, the Comic Corps sent you to Baltimore. I thought that was a pretty big perk.
yes, it was.
You did fly Spirit, though.
Yeah. You did get to sleep in a fart box.
A fart box.
A fart box. More on farts later in the show, guys.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, it's 2020.
Anything is possible. We're the future now, baby.
Yeah. Nothing's changed with us.
The fans do want to know.
They do want to know, I guess, Alex. Should we tell them?
The excitement in Alex's eyes. We're not going to spoil it for you.
No, I'm going to be as vague as possible. So I'm not going to talk about plot. You guys can talk about plot if you want. I'm not going to handcuff you like the legal system of copyright law does. But I will say this. I was surprised to find out that it is, I would say 90% just graphic design and block text.
Yeah, it was weird that it was in a different language, pretty much like Krakoan, but less readable.
But not, because I tried to use my Krakoan decipherer, and it didn't work.
No.
Well, I mean, there's the one part that's in Sanskrit. That's pretty easy.
Sure. Yeah. I went down to the Museum of London, right, and just brought it to the Rosetta Stone. And
I was gonna say, you don't
scroll, unrolled it across the table.
Just busted in like National
Nicolas
Treasure
Cage
style.
Yeah. Put it in the oven.
I like
looked at the back of the
where they're talking about food. I like that. I thought that was kind of cool. Just a lot of like sitting around and eating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a recipe in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people might have a hard time with this book. You might have a hard time with it if you have conservative beliefs about how land masses should interact with each other. There's a thing with a couple of volcanoes. Things get a little hotter and heavier than they usually are for volcanoes, let me tell you.
Yeah, and we're not talking about like politically interacting. We're talking about literal land masses interacting with each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. To put it mildly.
Shaking that masses.
That mass.
That mass.
that won't draw any attention. Also, you forgot an apostrophe.
Yeah, what's the poor grammar on this banner here?
Well, that man.
I think that was.
Is it Hickman and his wife?
Was that intentional because of his just abhorrent choice to not use any any punctuation, including apostrophes.
I thought that was brave. I think that was really like a courageous decision.
Yeah, it's like Twitter.
Yeah, he's saying this is how the kids talk. They'll relate to this.
It's like nobody got time for punctuation.
The few English sentences that were there, your was spelled UR.
Right.
Yeah.
Always. Everything was in lowercase.
So it might be the ultimate universe, if he wants to combine with that.
The ultimate image universe?
Yeah.
Is that what he's starting?
Maybe he's invented, you don't know. He's a madman.
In the note, I don't know if you guys got the note section in the back, because my copy did.
That's the one where, it seems to imply that they're really going to build towards something here, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said, wait till issue 6, because then you'll be able to actually, you'll get the key and you'll be able to actually read the previous issues. And he said your mind will be blown. So, I mean, I'm excited.
I thought it was weird at the very, very bottom of the last page. It says, long game, baby. And I was like, all right.
He said,
down. I'm down. I like that guy.
He said, suck on this. And it's a picture of him doing the DX thing.
Yeah. You can only see that in the watermark if you put it up to the light.
Yeah, but it's lenticular.
Yeah.
Which is, I think this might be the first book that has an interior lenticular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was an interesting way to go.
It's very heavy. It's going to be tough to get a 9.8 too.
Because there's a page that's full chromium.
Just one page in the middle.
But the cover is just normal. It's just paper. But all the 90s tropes of weird cover chromium embossed.
There's some die cut in there. It's kind of like one of those holiday cards that you open up. Yeah.
There's a pop-up, yep.
It plays a little song when you open it.
It's super interactive too. There's like links to websites that you go and that are like real.
It's like angelfire.com websites.
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't go to the websites, you're really missing out on a big part of the story, because the story does not clearly happen in the book. It happens outside of the book.
Now, and that's like something you can actually read in English,
right?
Is the websites. So they're kind of necessary.
Now tell me if you guys think this was an interesting multimedia experience or just a cash grab where some of the websites have orderable materials that add to the story.
I felt like all of it added. In fact, I would argue almost that the websites were the story.
I was ready.
Yeah.
For it.
Interesting. Because since you couldn't read the comic because it was in another language.
Right. Well, yeah, sure. That's part of it. And then I had to go back. And then by then I would think I was deciphered a couple of the pages by then. Of the like 45. It's a big book. It's a big book.
It's not quite an 80-page giant, but it's like a 69-page giant. But I mean, hey, I think we spoiled enough, right? We don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
I think that was just under the line.
That was good.
That
was like 15 minutes of spoilers, so that's enough to wet your whistle.
It's weird that it felt like 15 because it was only 8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hickman has blown my mind too much that it's now broken.
Just working it.
That's right, Kenny.
That's a nice looking vest you got there, John.
Hey, I try to step up the class here. We got it's clearly one side of the panel and then the other side of the panel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm clearly going
solidarity. Come on.
I was trying to look like Jason.
This feels like
one
where you get like 2 panels drawn by one artist and then 2 panels drawn by another artist next to them.
I also like how we have like matching patch placement.
You're right.
That wasn't intentional.
And the dark gloom of your man caves.
My butt's on the other side, though.
Shining white light over on this side.
John and I came here straight from a golf course, so.
Yeah.
Members only. And by members, we mean white people.
Wow.
The University of Michigan is considering a partnership with.
I thought the racist jokes were done in 2019, John, but here they are, back in full force. Another 10 years, baby.
I mean, hey, we got an election this year, so we'll see you about that.
He says boomers on the left. Nice. Well played.
I mean, you two are the older ones.
Buckle up, Perry.
Speaking of Perry,
everyone's looking pretty sharp. Are we?
Yeah.
I don't know that any of us look quite as sharp as Perry himself did, though, earlier this week.
It's funny you should say that because Perry, usually a sharp dresser.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best on YouTube, I'd say.
Normally he wears blazers, but apparently we caught him smoking behind a dumpster. Is that what happened?
Smoking in the boys' room.
Smoking in the boys' room. Them boys.
You mean this Perry?
Well, yes.
The one who was looking pretty dapper on Disco After Dark a couple nights ago.
I mean, to be fair, it was on Disco After Dark, which, it's casual.
Anything goes. Disco After Dark.
Disco After Dank.
Was this Sunday night? Was this Monday? Which day was it?
What day was it? I think it was Sunday.
I want to say Sunday night.
Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Look at that.
Perry was getting a lot of attention, but he definitely was not the only star that night. John was in the chat, and he was a chat superstar.
He was.
Let's take a look at some of his witty observations
on the live feed.
Perry looks like the guy who sells Luke Perry drugs on a special episode 90210.
Too soon, John. Too soon.
That's what really makes it funny.
He also weighed in with, is Perry dressed like a background player from Good Will Hunting?
Yeah.
Solid question.
He definitely likes them apples.
Perry looks like the white Axel Foley. Can't really.
That might have been
with
my
that.
favorite. I'm just gonna say.
Perry looks like the guy who stands next to Eminem when he's rocking that 8 Mile Life. A lot of people missed some of John's best work in the chat because they had the setting where it's top chat and live chat.
Mm-hmm.
If you had it on top chat, you missed a whole bunch of John's comments about Perry's jacket. But I went back and screen grabbed them so we could have them tonight. Let's take a look at a few of them. John also said, Perry's jacket begs the question, is he wearing matching sweat shorts?
Sweat shorts.
That's fair.
And it just has like a 24/7 dick outline.
Well, I guess the question is what part are sweatpants and what part are jeans?
Yeah. You lose track.
See, I assumed that it was jeans through the crotch.
That's like a philosophical question.
Shorts for the legs, but I guess the opposite is possible.
John also said Perry's jacket is the clothing equivalent of an existential crisis.
Yeah.
I think some of these comments they get close to crossing the line, but we're gonna power through.
We're gonna power through. He has a good sense of humor, otherwise he wouldn't have worn that jacket.
He does. I didn't know Joey Lawrence got into fashion design.
Whoa.
There it is. So what took you guys so long on that one? Perry's jacket looks like it has a built-in speaker that only plays "Now That's What I Call 1993 Hip Hop."
Perry says, "Cross the line, I cross every line."
Perry's jacket looks like it has special pockets to carry your pogs.
Oh, that's awesome.
That might be my favorite. Perry's jacket looks ready to break out with a killer rendition of "Life is a Highway." In that jacket, Perry looks like a regular kid from Red Deer, Alberta with big dreams of making it to Calgary. Perry's jacket looks like the entire wardrobe of New Kids on the Block simultaneously.
Nice. I think someone said that in the chat today.
Yeah. It's tough to pull off.
Wow.
Perry's jacket makes him look like a guy who just needs a chance to prove himself down at the sawmill.
I love that one.
Perry's jacket came with a 36-pack of Natty Ice.
Oh, that would rule.
Jason would have like 12 of those jackets.
Yeah. Exact same color, same.
John was just tearing it up in the chat with these. Perry looks like he can't decide whether to work out or rock out.
What if like I want to go back to the case of Natty Ice. Like, what if you buy a case of Natty Ice and in there it's like that vest? You like it just comes in the
it's
case.
rolled up. Yeah,
yeah, oh, it'd be amazing.
It's like shrink wrapped.
Yeah,
it's like when they come with like it's like when a Corona comes with a frisbee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or the Labatt Ices have like those little beer koozies inside. You know,
yeah.
It comes with like a pair of like sweat jorts. That'd be so good.
Chris Barrett dropping the knowledge. Natty's coming 30 racks, not 36 packs. Well, it was a special 36 pack promotion with the jacket.
They needed the extra room to fit it.
Perry's jacket looks like a mullet. Simple but direct. That's John's way.
Because of two things.
You can't see it, but Perry's jacket has a Monster Energy drink logo on the back. Perry's jacket is that bad Christmas gift you got at age 14 from your well-meaning grandmother.
I actually think his mom did give him that jacket.
Oh. Well, then you really crossed
me, John.
Perry says, laughing my ass off, love Monster.
Then I'm glad I didn't come up with that last one, John. Before he put it on, Perry's jacket was buying beer for minors at a 7-Eleven. I didn't know Perry was also a cool youth pastor.
That's great.
And finally, if you look directly at Perry's jacket, you'll become from New Jersey.
Right.
That's good stuff.
Good stuff, John.
John's best work in the chat the other night.
Some of it was crossing the line, but that's okay.
But can I just make it clear that I think it goes without saying that, you know, the old adage is you only roast the ones you love. And in this case, we roasted Perry.
The one we love the most.
In this case, he's an icon. I mean, we're roasting an icon.
He's like a s'mores.
So I mean, we're going to do a roast from now on every episode.
Which is he's like a s'mores, and so is his jacket because it's multiple things.
And I would say clearly we know our fashion. We're right here with him.
And boy, John really got a lot of John really is getting a lot of credit for that bit.
Yeah, people who actually
he did all those. Did you not see
the video? Know that it's possible some of those might have come after the fact.
His subs just shoot to the roof, like reaches 1K.
When you're in the chat, you got to have top chat or not top chat, all
live chat. Always have live chat on. That's how you get the comments about boobs and butts.
The good stuff.
Speaking of which, I don't know if we like have to say this every time, but this stream's not for kids.
It's not really for adults either.
Yeah, it's not for anybody.
Yeah, if you can't see, that's a parental advisory flickering thing that's very distracting in the background.
And I go,
oh, okay. Goodbye.
Everybody, just get everybody out of here. Then we all come back. I don't know what this is the point of.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were gonna separate the vests.
Can't separate
Comes
the vests.
back. We're all just wearing no shirts at all.
That background gives me epilepsy.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I guess easily.
So that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
And we only hurt one person, unlike most of our lists, which hurt multiple people in the chat.
Yep. I feel like you.
This is a good segue.
Sweet. To our motorcycle talk. Right? Isn't that what we're doing next? Right. I have motorcycle talk next on the list.
No, I think we're here, as always, on Wednesday night to give a little guidance, lend a little help.
Oh, okay.
Support the comic book community. And
well, we can do both.
Things getting hot. It's too hot.
Yeah, it is hot.
Ladies.
And so we do take your calls on this show. If you have problems, if there's things going on, personal, comic book, you name it, we really do cover the gambit here. And we do get the occasional call in, and we have callers on the line, but we also have emails that people can send in. What do we want to do tonight, Adam? Do we want some emails? Do we want some callers? What do you like?
I've received no emails, so we're going to have to do a caller.
Well, we have someone on the line. Why don't we bring...
Did you check the new email that I set up?
You know what? My bad. What was the password still that really dirty one?
Yeah, it's boobs, but the O's are zeros.
Right.
So we have a guest here. Welcome, Retire Young Off Comics.
Hey, what's up, Comic-Con? An honor to finally be on the stream with you guys.
That's great having you here. I love your icon. That is gorgeous.
Speaking of boobs.
Oh, my favorite artist, hands down.
All right.
So what is it we can help you with?
Well, something's been bothering me lately. You know, I watch everyone's content. I'm a big fan of the community, and I recently came across Comic Head 84's top 10 list of YouTube channels. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I felt very slighted that I did not make the list.
I felt fine with it.
And I'm not too proud to say I thumbs it down.
Oh, wow. Well, that is the biggest insult that you can do on YouTube.
Are you the one who's going around doing that?
You know, so I will admit sometimes I get a little frustrated with the community, a lack of acknowledgement, and I'm prone to thumbs down from time and again.
All right. Do you have a lot of subs? How many subs do you have, sir?
I'm at about 42 subs at the moment.
All right.
I mean,
how long have you been doing your channel?
This February 1st will make 6.5 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a slow burn.
And you, I'm sure you got like a lot of videos and stuff on there.
I do. I drop 2 videos a day, except Sunday. So I have, you know, roughly 3,500 videos on the channel at the moment.
Wow. That's prolific.
Sounds like you should have a ton of subs. What kind of content are you putting out there?
A lot of speculation, you know, hence the title of my channel, Retire Young Off Comics. I feel like I have the inside track on, you know, how to punch out early, fellas. Don't we all want to do that?
You got the finger on the pulse.
Oh, tell me about it.
So, I mean, I assume that means that you've made some wise investments and got some sweet gains, bro.
Well, a lot of them are percolating at the moment. You know, I'm a long game investor. I don't play the short term. I'm not a flipper, turn and burn. Again, I'm thinking about retirement age. So, you know, at the moment I have 2 short boxes full of Death of Superman, which I feel like is a really hot pick. I think we will see that in a movie again. And once that happens, you're going to really be sore if you missed out on that one.
It looks like somebody in the chat is agreeing with you as far as the challenges of that list and being frustrated by it. And yeah, JP, we totally understand with that.
So
yeah,
can I ask you a follow up?
Of course.
You said retire young off comics, but you also just mentioned retirement age. How young to retirement age are we talking?
You know, with my projected strategy at the moment, with these books that I have in mind, you should be able to retire at about 58, and you don't have to worry about that extra 7-year slog to 65.
I mean, 7 years is nothing to sneeze a
absolutely
sneeze a fart at.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
When you're that age, when you sneeze, sometimes you fart.
That's right. I've been, you know, I haven't once been on What's On Today with Discovery Bay.
Oh, come on, everyone's been on that show. Come on.
Now, do you go live?
Yes, I do go live from 3:30 a.m. to 4:15 a.m. Eastern time every day, every other day rather.
It is a good time.
It's a good spot.
It's certainly free up hour.
You got the Asian market, you know.
Yeah, I've got a very, very small loyal fan base.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else. So going back to the Death of Superman,
They've only done that in a movie like once or twice. So
what's your logic of that being? And also, they printed about 17 million copies of it.
Well, I think by the year 2037, Disney will also acquire DC Comics, and once that happens, it's off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to print run, you know, my thought is if a small collective of my subscribers buy up all the copies, if we buy enough copies, we will create scarcity.
Oh, I see. So you're creating a false market.
Well, I don't like that word.
Which one, false or market?
Mark is pretty offensive.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either.
Watch your mouth, Alec.
Sorry.
We talked about this.
Motherfucker. Sorry.
Yeah, we try not to insult our callers when they're on.
No, that was to Bear.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, that's
for telling me to watch my mouth.
So for those joining us, we're really
you're just saying hello.
Give some good advice to our guest about YouTube, about the comic community. So besides investing in this Superman book, what other advice do you find yourself giving on your channel in your clearly copious videos?
Right. Well, a lot of picks, like, my last video was about you better stock up on hologram covers. The 90s is a very untapped market, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So
is it though?
In my opinion, I said.
I mean, sure, that's valid.
Yes.
And I mean, we'll see who's laughing in 2050, whatever.
That's right. So, do you guys think I should be sore at Comic Head for the slight? I mean, he had JP budget collecting as #1. I mean, the 6-month look back, that's old news. 6 months ago.
It's all about the 30-year look forward.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm always looking forward. 6 months in the past.
That's nothing. That's easy. I'm
a completely different person.
Here's a fact though. Like this will probably make you feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
JP is like he's like the Donny Cates right now. Like people are gonna get burned out on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not high price.
That's not gonna last. All right, this JP's budget collecting. This guy, whatever. Like just give it a year. No one will even remember him, and you'll have that spot.
I think you're right. There was, I won't say anything. All I'll say is I was a little surprised that, Bear Island made the list, but,
Well, that's easy. See, here's the thing. I think you're putting out way too many videos. I've had a lot of success putting out one a month, maybe one every 2 months. So if you slow it down, people will get.
So you're talking less of a like leave them wanting more of a like leave them wondering if your channel is dead.
Leave them worried about about you as a person.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
So they contact you and they're like, "Are you okay?"
Well, much like the new golden era in my mind of comics, the 90s, I take a flood the market approach. So if it worked for those 90s books, I figured it could work for me.
I'd love to see modern men talk about this golden era of 90s books. They've been ignoring it for too long.
You can catch on Mondays here in Comic Core.
I watch every video. I comment, but no one ever replies. You
comment on these videos?
No one ever replies to your comments?
I say, hey guys, don't forget to smash the like button, and no one ever acknowledges me. I've entered contests and I don't make the raffle.
Do you hit the enter button after you type?
Yeah. I don't know what could be going wrong, but
does the like button get smashed, do you think?
Well, I don't know if it's upon my directive. I think it is, but I just never get credit for it. The buttons look fairly smashed, and I just would like a little acknowledgement, for that.
All right, round of applause for Retire Young on Comics.
Yeah. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll work on it. And Perry, don't be shy to lurk me on Tuesday nights at 4 a.m., please.
You got a lot of people in the chat asking for your
little bit desperate to ask for a lurk. I mean, that's
a lot of people in the chat asking for the link to your channel. So if you want to drop that on in there, you can maybe get a few subs.
I will. I'll drop it in there, fellas. Thank you so much for the advisement.
You're very welcome. Hope it helps. And I'm gonna go pick up some Death of Supermans.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up
some for the rest of us. Will you?
I want to pick up some old Star Wars, some old 90s Star Wars. Marvel's going to buy that eventually.
Star Wars?
Yeah, Marvel's going to buy it eventually, so.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually. It's going to happen.
When are they going to buy us?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling, and everybody else, if you want to be on next week's show, just feel free to call in, and hopefully we can help you out just the same way we've clearly helped retired young off comics.
Smash the like button, everyone.
Smash it. I'm glad that guy gave us a heads up on that Comic Head 84. Apparently he's problematic, which people were saying here in the comments. We had a couple comments talking about that.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people can relate.
If anyone does want to call, the phone number is in the description.
Yes.
Mission
accomplished.
Your phone number.
Oh, yeah, we help every week. That's what we're here for. We are community members.
Yeah. Hey, folks. Time for some word bubbles. We look at the things we're reading, and sometimes we read it and not just look at the pictures. And when we do, we try to pull out some gems.
I should put my glasses back on for this because it's super pretentious. So this book is Rubber Blanket 3. It is an anthology book that was put out by David Mazzucchelli years ago. And this panel takes a lot of explanation. So this is a 2-page thread. The story is called Big Man, and it's about this farm who their children find this giant, literally a giant, washed up on shore, strapped to this raft. And they chain him up in the barn because they don't know what else to really do with him. And the kids kind of befriend him, and he ends up saving a nearby neighbor farmer who got trapped under a tractor. But at that point, he, secret's kind of out. And so this father on this farm is talking to his wife, and he's saying, when I was a kid, my dad told me, you are only as big as you think you are, and your dreams can be bigger than what you believe yourself to be. And he's kind of fighting with this notion of what the right thing to do is, as far as this giant man who he knows that the authorities are going to come for him. And the 2-page spread ends with this panel. When the wife asks, "What are you going to go do?" and he says, "To see if I've grown anymore." And I just thought it was very beautiful and not very funny moment.
Which sad.
So that dude's a giant right there.
He doesn't want to get big because he doesn't want cops coming from him.
That dude is normal sized. The giant's in the barn.
Yeah.
Man, that's heavy.
Yeah.
It is heavy.
But I figured, brighten up this show with something that's a little more, little funnier than what we normally do.
First, we were reminded of Superman's death. Now this.
What, Superman died?
We need that darkness to enjoy the light.
We're gonna have to go back to the Perry Jackets thing again just to get our moods back up. John, once again.
Yeah. I'm Agents of Wakanda strong around here. I think it's one of those fun, underrated reads that's just absolutely batshit crazy. Like there's just no logic. They're fighting plants on the dark side of the moon one week. They're battling the Sentry in some downtown city in the middle of America. And in this one, they're out in the Southwest somewhere battling with Deadpool, who obviously steals the comedy show. So I'm going to go in a slightly different direction than the book White Whale picked.
This cover is amazing. Can we talk about this cover? My God.
It's hilarious.
Who's that by? Sona?
No idea.
But sweet wallpaper or /rug, whatever that is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
So if you're not reading this, very funny. Deadpool has to try to break into a Nick Fury secret base, and he picks the password, Nick Fury eats pizza with a fork. And I just made me giggle. There's several great lines in here, but Nick Fury eats pizza with a fork cracks me up. Also, by the way, this is the reemergence of white Nick Fury, just in case you don't know.
Ooh.
At the end of this one, the
Really?
white.
I don't see skin color, so.
Because he was the Unseen before.
I don't know, but he's white.
He was like the new Watcher. Remember, he was stuck as. I guess they brought him back during one of Saladin Ahmed's runs. I forgot what it was. Oh, well.
Patrick Wall said, "I called around to all my local Goodwills, and they're all out of Perry's Amazing Jacket."
It's a hot market.
Should have sent us that ahead of time.
Not a buyer's market for that.
Somehow John would have gotten credit. Oh boy, here we go.
A very, very popular book.
I thought my description was long. This is going to be the rest of the show, judging by this book.
We might have to end the show after this one.
I'll settle in.
For anyone who's not aware, Harley's in love with the Joker. Oh shoot, did I not?
Spoiler.
I think it's probably here. There it is. So yeah, and she if you're wondering what separates a Black Label book from the other ones, it's not characters having sex, it's stuff like this.
Oh geez.
He got under my skin. I didn't just snap out of that dream feeling sweaty. I woke up wet.
No, I didn't like that delivery. No. Nope. Take two. No, that was very bad.
I did that for you guys.
No.
Second reading.
That was wrong.
Somebody splashed water on her while she was sleeping.
Oh no! What a prankster!
What?
That sounds something like the Joker would do.
Right now, Matt, the boy on 7's like, I just arrived, and that's what I show up to.
The wholesome part is earlier in the show, Matt.
You can't just question the decision to click on this show, Matt. You got to question all the life choices that led to that one as well.
Yeah.
Here's I sent mine to Bear too late, so you couldn't put it in there. But
just like the Joker.
Mine's from Star Wars issue number 69, and it's the under 18. It's the law. We check ID issue. That's the cover. Here we have the panel. It's the Emperor and Darth Vader talking to each other, and the Emperor's giving Darth Vader some praise. He says, "You let your anger and pride guide you to the darkest places. That is our way, Lord Vader. All you did in the shadows is most pleasing to me. The hood will stay up during sex." So that's
wow.
Yep.
It's a gentleman.
Now the chat gets to vote which one of those is not real.
I don't know, man. It's
probably
pretty convincing.
There've been a lot of Palpatine surprises lately.
There has.
All right, I didn't mean to vote.
No, it's all right. I shouldn't show that.
By the way, don't Google a Palpatine surprise.
Yeah, and don't look at my Instagram.
It sounds like something you'd find on Urban Dictionary. And the Palpatine surprise.
Chris Barrett says Alex one is fake. Yeah.
That's when you get it in the throne room, right?
Oh
yes.
Nothing like getting the old Palpatine surprise.
The old dark.
Adam, I lost your link. Whatever you were sharing is gone there.
Oh, I didn't know if we were ready for that yet or what. Well,
no, I mean, obviously we were happy to enjoy what we were enjoying there.
Hey, can I really interject really quickly?
Please.
And
I mean, please.
Have you all heard that Jim Lee is going to be at MegaCon? I know what you're thinking. Who cares? The real news is who else is going to be at MegaCon. And it's not a joke, and I'm not saying this ironically. Weird Al Yankovic is going to be at MegaCon.
What? That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
That's the winner.
Yeah. So if anyone was on the fence about coming to Orlando, Florida in April, where we will also be going to Galaxy's Edge.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dang.
I didn't know that.
Weird Al is going to be there.
When is this?
That's awesome.
I can't afford it. Can't afford it.
Can you afford not to? Is my question.
Right.
I don't have any more songs in me. There's no contest to take me there, so I can't.
You already made a video this month.
I've actually got one coming out maybe later tonight, but probably tomorrow. Yeah, I know, right? Very, very special occasion.
That was a big news.
Yeah.
Dropping some facts here on this show. This show gives you everything, people. Spec.
Exclusive.
News,
spoiling the new Hickman series 3 months in advance to talking about things that were announced days ago on the MegaCon website.
Sanskrit.
Yeah, we even talked about Sanskrit and the Rusty Palpatine. What was it called? Emperor's Throne Room. Surprise!
The Palpatine surprise.
It's called Vader Down.
No one's ever ready for the Palpatine surprise. They wait till the third act to hit you with that one.
Is it a what if?
Oh, what a transition!
Speaking of which, we got a fun list. You know, we always like to wrap up the end of the show with a little list action.
Vader always
decided,
a listicle, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
This week we decided, hey, what would be some of those what if storylines that Marvel would pass on?
Because there's a show coming out and everyone's excited about it. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's John, when he was hating on The Mandalorian, he made sure to say, but I am looking forward to the What If show. So
because
that's how
great.
One of them is what if The Mandalorian wasn't made, according to John, because he doesn't know what's good.
What if Baby Yoda died in episode 2 of The Mandalorian?
That'd be so sad.
dare you.
I think people would have rioted and burned Disney Castle down.
His name isn't Baby Yoda.
I would have been slow.
His name is the child, actually.
Yes.
I'm leaving him on.
And your name's the hipster.
All right. So we do this thing every week where we just go back and forth over Instagram trying to make each other laugh. Sometimes we actually do. And sometimes we get offended when no one does the like thing on the one that we submitted. I wouldn't know anything about that.
Most of the chat is one of us saying, boy, I thought that one killed. Why did anyone like it?
And then we send cricket emojis.
I'll be like, Alec, did you miss that really funny one that I sent? Because you didn't heart it.
Yeah. And then he just says no.
And then I'll say, no, you can do better.
Some of the rejected what if pitches from Marvel. What if Logan, Jean, and Scott had a bit too much wine one night and started feeling very open-minded?
Also known as X-Men issue 8.
Yes, with the Wolverine door.
There might be a Palpatine surprise happening in there.
Up and coming Hickman. Just be ready.
Yeah.
What if Peter Parker had been bitten by a radioactive platypus? Alec tries to get a platypus joke into every show, I think. I think that's a thing that he has not told us that he's doing.
Is the funniest animal.
Yeah, man. Puss, man.
Is that a hot take? Platypus is the funniest animal?
Good old Puss, man.
I don't think it's a hot take. I think it's just the fact of the matter.
What about
What
giraffes?
if Puss, man?
Giraffes are elegant and majestic.
There.
What if Thanos kind of just lost interest with 2 stones left to go? Things would be different.
Some serious stones on that guy.
Wow. What if Scarlet Witch had said everyone is a mutant instead? But she was just trying to, make a social commentary statement.
Everyone's like a mutant when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
What if Scarlet Witch had a reliable father figure?
She wouldn't be a comic book character.
Oh, good point.
Daddy Magneto.
Good point. Reliable. What if Steve Ditko had enjoyed being around other humans? Became a bit of a hermit in later days. Too real, really?
Too soon.
John, I believe this one is yours.
What if they were the Triple X-Men?
Mm-hmm.
Good old Hickman.
It's a good one.
Like the Vin Diesel movie.
Yeah. They'll have motorcycles.
It's about family.
About family.
Speed.
Yeah.
What if the Shocker got his name for a different reason?
Like he got shocked every time.
Can't imagine what that would be.
Like Ernest goes to jail.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut right there.
What is it? One in the... Never mind. What if Ghost Rider preferred a sensible sedan?
Yeah, it'd be called Robbie Reyes.
Yes.
he's into fuel efficiency.
Slammed.
He's got kids now. What if it was all just a big misunderstanding?
What was?
Marvel was not interested in publishing a what if on that. What if Squirrel Girl, I can't talk tonight. What if Squirrel Girl found out she's actually just a lowly chipmunk and she took the news poorly? Remember, she took down Galactus, so.
And Dr. Doom. And Thanos.
What if Chris Barrett was in the chat?
Is he?
What if?
Oh, he is.
I believe he is.
Yeah, we don't have to pretend about that one.
That's kind of freaky.
They're all becoming real.
Oh, no.
What are the chances that Chris Barrett could be in the chat? What if the Punisher used Nerf guns.
That'd be funny.
That'd be great. What if like all of them were like puppets, but he's just like the one?
It'd be like fun to get totally murdered by the Punisher.
Yeah.
What if Hawkeye took a sick day and Daredevil had to fill in as archery hero?
I think he'd nail it.
Yeah.
I think he'd hit the bullseye.
No, he would.
Wow.
He has a better aim than the Punisher in that one issue that Zdarsky wrote.
Thanks for acknowledging my
actually, let me put my glasses on. Sorry.
What if Galactus just liked tacos, you guys?
I mean, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, it's part of the flavoring.
Yeah, the editors decided that would not make for an interesting story, unfortunately. So,
JP, not gonna happen.
What if Psylocke didn't have such a baffling backstory?
It's perfectly simple, okay? So, I'm not gonna get into it, but watch my video on my channel about it.
We're entering the Alec gets upset portion here, you guys.
Oh, wait till Book Club in about 8 minutes.
What if Jubilee was the best?
Oh, wait, she is. Hey-oh.
John wasn't going to let that stand. What if Jubilee became a werewolf? A little random, but fun.
Oh, it's not a vampire.
Oh, random, because she became a vampire.
Here's a shot across the bow. What if Jubilee became useful? Oh,
low blow.
I'm waiting for the day when like Jubilee unleashes like a nuke level thing, like at the beginning of Civil War.
Yeah, well, when's it going to happen?
Anytime a writer wants to step up to the plate.
Lazy writing. What if Jubilee didn't dress like a punk Gorton's fisherman?
That one's funny. John's really cracking himself up.
John's just quietly laughing over there.
Try not to take up too much noise.
What if John didn't harsh my mellow?
Yeah, that was the one I said after John unleashed the fury of Jubilee ones.
What if Moon Knight took part in a successful clinical trial for a multiple personality disorder?
It'd be a much different series. It would turn into a David Mazzucchelli series.
Normal life from there on out. What if Moon Knight had a backstory humans could understand? He should team up with Psylocke. What if Marvel went back to legacy numbering and just stuck with it for Christ's sake?
That'll crack me up.
Yeah, that one Bear said, yes, please.
It annoyed the hell out of me when they abandoned that. What if Iron Fist was left out in the rain and got all rusty?
Not actually made out of iron.
What if Misty Knight and Winter Soldier realized they are perfect for each other? You guys, you get it? Because the arms, they each have an arm. That's
a thinker.
Might come in handy.
What if Adam Warlock just suddenly stopped spray tanning?
Yes, Orange Man.
What would that look like?
Probably like me.
What is this? What is Bear Island made more than one video a month? How
Bear Island actually didn't take that.
What if Bear Island's focus on quality over quantity was more appreciated by the friends he holds most dear in the community?
That's too unrealistic.
Yeah, never happened.
Some of these hit close to home. That's probably why they were rejected by Marvel. What if Lego Alec is more entertaining than anything John has on his channel?
Lego Alec. I love
it. Certainly anything more entertaining than anything on my channel.
What's on your channel?
I peaked.
Just
book club every other week. Yeah.
This and book club.
This is actually on the comic book. Yeah.
What if Wendigo had just straight up killed Hulk and Wolverine when they first met? Everyone would love Wendigo.
Would they?
What if Beast shaved?
It would look a lot like he did in X-Men 1.
I'd imagine him being like really skinny, like those dogs when you shave them down. There's like rats.
Just all fur.
Yeah.
What if the blood from Punisher's family's murder had formed a heart shape instead of a skull?
Oh, it'd be sweet. It's like a Care Bear.
Oh, nice. And then everyone got shot with Nerf guns. What if the Blob went keto, you guys?
Healthy.
A lot of keto comedy on our show.
Alec also likes to get a keto joke into each show. And
I love these.
Here we go. Here are some that you want to misexplain what this is all about?
Yeah, I made a video of banned what ifs a long time ago on the Comic Core, so you can find it somewhere way deep down in the videos, like a year or two ago. But
we didn't realize we were ripping that off.
Yeah, so I mean it's like a year ago or so. But banned what ifs. It's like, what if Iron Man had IBS, and you see he's chugging a bottle of Pepto Bismol, and he's like,
I like
out
the
of it.
sweats.
Like,
The sweats.
yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, the look on his face is almost more fitting of IBS than it is alcoholism.
And
that's not what alcoholism looks like, you guys.
This is why he has so many Iron Man suits. You can wear them only one time.
He ruins one each time. IBS.
What if Iron Man had IBS? Nice job on the Pepto-Bismol Max.
Thank you. And the glass too. There. See the glass? It's like pink.
Speaking of which, here's a fitting transition here.
Yeah. What if Iron Man smelt it, therefore he dealt it? And they're all like all those little slogans too that they're pointing and saying to each other. And I'm sorry, you probably can't see that, but maybe I got it right here.
One says, "He who deduced it produced it."
Yes.
He who denied it supplied it. He who knew it blew it. He who detected it projected it. Wow. Some of those I had not heard before. Were those original or did you?
Yeah. Actually, this is even the final one, because the final one I had a yellow gas cloud surrounding Iron Man, and that's a bummer. I sent you the wrong one.
I'm now wondering if Jason was the farting kid in class in school.
No.
What if Captain America became a bully?
Yeah.
Sup, nerds.
Sup, nerds. Yeah, slamming him against the wall. Locker.
Like teaching that kid how to do it right.
Oh, boy.
This is my favorite.
What if Kraven the Hunter teabagged Spider-Man? So close to happening, just right there.
Yeah, he's halfway into the lunge.
Yeah, he keeps going back and forth. He's like gets an inch away and then like retreats and then gets closer again.
I quite get the angle.
I mean, Captain America and Daredevil look really worried that
they're like, no,
teabagging is about to go down.
He's already dead.
Leave him alone.
Talking about insult to injury. My God. Wow. That loincloth is just barely there.
What if the Amazing Spider-Man became an anarchist and said Spider-Man's back, and this time he hates cops. He's yelling, "Hey, cab!"
Hey, cab!
I was so stoked when I found that comic at Baltimore Comic-Con, this past one, in like a dollar bin. I was like, yes! I was looking for that cover. So, yeah.
It's a cool little homage there.
What if Spider-Man's Uncle Ben had lived? It's not very exciting if he lived. It just Peter, garbage.
Peter, did you take out the garbage?
That's why they didn't make it. It's banned, it's just too boring.
I absolutely love how drab this cover. The way he's standing there, just with his balled up fist by his thighs.
This is my B version. My A version originally was
take out the garbage.
It was like Ben and Aunt May in bed, and I think Peter walked in on them, and he like asked them to find his medication or something like that. I was like, no, this is too much going on. It needs to be way more dull and nothing happening. So yeah, it's plain red background.
but you spiced it up with the issue number there.
That's right, issue 420.
I think we got one left, and I think this one's probably my favorite.
What if you want to do this one?
What if Amazing Spider-Man got Gwen pregnant? And then my favorite part here is it says, in quotes, "I'm just going out for some smokes." like every single dad who's ever left in any movie. It was the last thing that they said to their family before they left.
Oh yeah.
He just said he was going out for some smokes. Dad.
Oh, too funny.
Well, thank you.
And that is our rejected what ifs.
That was great.
Yeah, you can find this on my Instagram and also on the Comic Core channel. There's a video. I think I might put it on a playlist too on my channel, so it might be easier to find it that way. But thanks. I'm glad you guys liked them.
Comic Kid 84 is a fan. He might make a top 10 list of those.
What?
I'm sure JP will still be number one.
Oh. Chris Barrett says that's what his dad said when he left.
Oh no!
I say it every other week.
I'm gonna duck out. So
I gotta start.
Yeah, we're gonna close you down. We appreciate all of you coming and enjoying the show tonight, or at least acting like you did and hitting the thumbs down when you can't take it anymore,
or at least staying in chat even if you didn't like it.
Right?
Yeah.
Clearly, you don't have anything better to be doing, so we appreciate that.
Sorry about that.
We'll be back to see you all again next Wednesday.
And in about 5 minutes, come over to my channel where Book Club is back. We've got a new logo, and we're talking about a brand new Batman. Or is it?
2020, everything's new.
2420.
2420.
Peace, folks.
Legalize it.